Welcome back. In the past, deserters have often been motivated by politics. But in the all-volunteer US military, the politics are changing, and so are some attitudes about resisting.
Somebody somewhere, another plan. Now he's got a rifle in his hand, rolling in a Baghdad, wondering how he got this far. Just another poor boy off to fight a rich man's war.
Well, they knew something was different about me when I came back, definitely. But they couldn't put their finger on what it was.
In 3 years, I haven't had a dream that wasn't a nightmare.
They put gasoline on me and lit me on fire. And while I was being burned alive, they're gonna cut my head off. It was one of the recurring dreams that I've had.
Day-to-day life, I live my life like I'm still in combat. Like I'm still there trying to stay alive. I feel like death is chasing me every day and it's just waiting to get me again.
I just want to apologize for having this sort of slurred speech, but it's just the medication I was on to get to sleep.
Dear Mom, today I called and told you I was still in San Diego, but really we're somewhere out on Route 66. After the first night in a hotel, we've been staying in safe houses. All the way up to Toronto, people are giving us places to stay and keep out of sight. Last night we slept out on the Taos Mesa. The air is so clean and thin out here. It's a beautiful country. After all those years stuck in Visalia, it is strange to see all this now, right before we have to leave forever. I love and miss you guys, Ryan.
Hello?
Yes, this is Ryan again.
Oh, hi, Ryan. Okay, so you say you've been on the run for a while.
Yeah.
And so you were concerned about the border?
Yes. I've read on the internet that they might do a warrant check.
If you're coming to Toronto, you might want to check out some of the shows that are playing, things that you're coming up to see and do.
Okay.
Just so you have a good
That way we could be like, yeah, we're
plan.
gonna go see such and such.
Yeah. So if you want to call back either later today or tomorrow, I'll just hop on the internet.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a war for oil, a war for money. We're killing people for money, we're dying for nothing. We're just poor people over there dying.
If you come from a working class family, we're the ones that are used as cannon fodder. And you have to think to yourself, do you really want to die for a lie?
You don't come back from Iraq. You're gonna ruin your life by going. Go to prison for a year, who cares? You'll be 3 years in Iraq.
One of my good friends, Ellie, Painted Crow, she said once that the difference between a warrior and a soldier is that a warrior fights for their heart and a soldier fights for orders. Eventually, you're going to have to stop being a soldier and start being a warrior. And you got to follow your heart.
Dear Mom, we broke down outside of Woodstock, but if everything works out, I think we'll cross over tomorrow. I don't know if you've seen that guy, Camilo Mejia, in the news. He was a sergeant in Iraq who refused to go back a second time. I met him out in San Diego. He wrote a letter trying to explain why he did it. He wrote, "I say without any pride that I did my job as a soldier. I commanded an infantry squad in combat, and we never failed to accomplish our mission. But I was afraid. I was terrified. I was afraid of punishment and humiliation. I went to war because at that moment I was a coward, and for that I apologize to my soldiers for not being the type of leader I should have been. They sentenced him to a year in prison. I'll call you when I get to Toronto. I love and miss you guys, Ryan.
Hello?
Lee?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ryan. I spoke to you a while ago.
Yes.
I'm gonna be heading over across the border today.
I see. Are you near the border now?
Yeah, I'm just on the other side of it.
All right, so you're going to be driving to Toronto for your visit. When you get here, could you give me another call?
Yes.
We'd definitely like to meet you and all that stuff, but I think we have to be a bit careful about the location.
He looks nervous, I can tell. I can see it in his eyes. I feel like I'm on the tilt-a-whirl.
Ketchup's on the table, syrup's on the table.
You don't have any doubts about this, right?
Congratulations for coming out.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a visitor from the Vietnam War, so it's great that you guys came out. Congrats. It's great to see you here.
What we usually do is do a go-around. Everybody introduce themselves. My name is Michelle Robidoux, and I'm with the War Resistor Support Campaign.
Ivan Brobeck, War Resistor.
Brenda Wall with the War Resistance Campaign.
Charlie Donovan, Canadian Advanced Service Committee and Vietnam Era War Resistor.
Ryan Johnson, War Resistor. My unit's in Iraq now. They've been there since January 15th, which is the day that I went AWOL. All the stories that I'd heard, I couldn't take part in the things that had happened and that I knew was going to happen when I was over there. So now I'm here.
Hello?
Mom?
Yes?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey.
So how have you guys been doing?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto, Ontario.
Oh, like Canada?
Yeah, like Canada.
What are you gonna do there?
I'm gonna get a job, work here.
You can't come back.
You there?
Yeah. No, I guess when you told everybody you were fully.
So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Me and Jennifer both love and miss you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you too. I'll talk to you soon.
can tell you're upset.
I am. She was crying. She wasn't sobbing or anything, but she was like, I could tell she was crying. Already hung up. She was like, well, I guess I'm just going to tell everyone that you deployed to Iraq.
Ryan Johnson with us at the Catholic Worker House. Also, Rob Shearer, who is with Toronto Catholic Worker, part of a network that's helping Ryan and soldiers like him to seek asylum in Canada. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Rob Shearer, can you talk about what this idea of modern-day underground is?
Sure. From 1965 to 73, there were 50,000 draft-age Americans who made their way to Canada.
The Catholic Worker is part of a network committed to making sure that if people want to make decisions based on their conscience to not fight in what is an illegal and immoral war, then we will do our best to support them.
You know, it kind of inspired me that people were doing this. It let me know that there were other people like me that weren't wanting to go to the war. And that there's people just trying to get it out there to, you know, soldiers and civilians alike, letting them know that they're not the only ones that don't believe in it.
Since 2001, the rate of desertion for the US Army has remained steady at roughly 3,000 troops a year. Last year, more than a dozen soldiers from the US military applied for refugee status in Canada. So far, all of their claims have been rejected. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for another edition